Hey YouTube, this video is for Zim's Jeep. He asked me a couple questions about my backflip F1 tonneau cover. It's kind of raining and I don't want my phone wrecked, so I'll be kind of brief about it. He asked if there's any problems or issues I've had with it since I bought it. This is my second winter with it, if you can call it that. Really haven't seen much snow other than this weekend. Be kind of hard to see, but right here you'll notice a little bit of a dent and some hairline marks in the rubber. You get a little bit of it at the seams. I get a little here. And less here because it doesn't get folded that high up. I did crash into this thing with my four-wheeler. I had it folded up against the glass and was hoping to drive a couple states away with my four-wheeler in the bed without having to remove the cover, and there was no problem. I didn't damage the cover at all, so it's pretty tough. If I'd hit it any harder, who knows what would have happened. These are just starting to oxidize, but I mean, I'm in Michigan. There's a lot of salt for the roads, and you know, we go through a few months a year like that. I did remove the cover to go down south. You're talking about 2 thumb screws under here. It's really quite easy to pop the thing off and put it back on. Left the rails on here. The waterproofing's been pretty good. I'll pop it open now. You can see it's been wet and raining. And most of the time it's watertight. Occasionally I get a little ingress. It'll happen at the seam where it folds. It isn't because the seam is bad. It's all rubber. But it's just, it seems like it's not quite as tight a fit. I don't have it on here as good as I did before. You see the seams popped up a little along the edge. It's still a watertight fit mostly. This end is better. It's pretty secure. I mean, anybody with a crowbar is obviously going to get into your stuff, but for me to keep my stroller back here or a go bag or something, I felt quite comfortable with it. So you can see water today. Let me see. I'm not sure where it's coming in at. It's all the way up at the front and draining all the way back through here. And on the wheel well, you see there's a little bit of a drip coming in. On this side, I'm watertight. When I first got it, I put it on, I could go through the car wash and I wouldn't have any problem. I just get a little water around here where it blew in from the seal. It's still pretty easy to use. One of my arms is kind of wrecked from shoulder surgery. I'm still able to use the thing one-handed. Well, that explains it. That bolt popped off. There you go. Couldn't have done that if I planned it. There it is, sitting there. That explains my leak. You can see I really don't have much coming in. The thing must have unscrewed as time went on. I just put it on in the cold. Probably didn't sit it down tight enough. Not a real big deal. Explains it. The latches are pretty tough. You see the fit and finish on them is pretty crappy to say the least, but they're strong enough. They're sharp though, they'll cut you up. I saw in a commercial for a new one that they've done away with that. I used to leave this flipped over until I closed the gate and then slam it down, but I found if you just set it on the latches without locking it, you can slam it and push it down and it'd be just fine. I'm sure if somebody wanted to break in, they could, but this thing's tough. I keep any would-be thieves out. Anybody traveling with tools is obviously going to get in, but nobody's getting in here with a pocket knife or just opening it to see what's inside. I have no complaints with it, and I like it. The seal here is a little rough. It's not all the way over the thing. The tape's starting to come up on it a little bit, but if I push the cover forward, couldn't really do it. It usually covers it, and I'm pretty watertight. It's a good cover. I don't know if it's worth that much money, but it looks good. You were asking about how glossy it was. When I first got it, it was pretty damn glossy. You see it's pretty similar to the truck finish. About that much shine, or equal to the windows. Not as bad as some other ones I've seen because of the finish. The pebbly texture kind of takes a little bit of away. Once it gets dirty, it looks good. And when the truck's clean and it's clean together, it looks great. I like the height of it, and that it's pretty robust. I have sat on it and haven't had a problem. I had my kids walk on it. Haven't had any denting or shifting or problems, other than you see that thumb screw came loose this time. But I'm in and out of there all the time. It's strong enough that I'm willing to leave $600 stroller and a go bag in there most times. And I haven't had enough water get in there to where anything's gotten moldy or nasty. That's the most water I've really seen in there, other than after I go through a car wash. But since it isn't really cinched down right, and I didn't take the time to do it when I got back from moving my four-wheeler, I'll put that on me and not on them. It's a pretty good setup. I'm not sure about that other one you mentioned. I haven't looked into it. If I buy another truck, I might trade this with the truck and get a different one. And I was looking at a different setup where I'm not sure if it was trifecta or not. It was a trifold, and they didn't need rails. It just had some clamps that hooked on each side, pulled and locked, and you can take the whole thing on and off in like 30 seconds. If you need me to, I'll try to look up which one that was and let you know. But it was a hard cover disguised as a soft cover that was a trifold. I don't like the soft cover look. It holds more dirt, looks nastier, and this cleans up easy. And when the birds hit this thing, because it is a large flat surface, it does just clean right off at the power washer through the drive-through if you take your truck through. Anyways, good luck to you. If I can help you out anymore, let me know. And everybody else who watched Zim's Jeep video, thanks.